Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new week. This week is probably one of the most important tarot readings I've ever pulled around, had come through where I felt so compelled that something huge was going to happen. And typically, what I do is I shuffle and get that all ready and then wait a day or two and meditate on the messages that came through so I can put everything out on the YouTube video. This one I just got done and I couldn't get this out fast enough. This may be a little bit longer. There's going to be a lot that I want to cover to help you understand, and it's all good. Just know that we're going to dive in because it is a lot. I knew 2023 was going to be a big year for many of you. I've told you that. Universal year number 7. I think COVID really did a lot to people. It had them do inner work. It really changed things. People are changing. The times are changing. I mean, there is a shift occurring, and that's what came through in this reading. It's hard to even know where to start, but I'll tell you what I was most pulled to, and we'll just talk about everything that came through for the week, which really isn't even the week anymore. This year's just been big. These bang cards, these bang messages. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Hopefully you can see everything okay. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Star. We have the Six of Cups. We have Judgment. And then we have the Three of Swords. Now what I saw first was the Star and Judgment. Both major arcana cards in tarot, heavily tied to enlightenment. When I say enlightenment, if that does not resonate with you, it means you're leveling up. It's your goal setting. It can be whatever it is for you. It doesn't have to be spiritual, because I don't want to get a bunch of messages. I don't judge. I just want you to be you. And this shows you leveling up. Something big is occurring here. The Star with the 8 stars is around downloads from the universe. 8 is a number that is tied to enlightenment. I know that's what this Star card is. And I've told you, many of you this year were going to do a 360. You are going to find a different purpose. You are being brought this year to your destiny, to your fate. It's a nice card. Judgment is a heavy card around enlightenment. You have an angel watching over you. You see the truth. Your perceptions have been changing. COVID did a lot. A lot of people stepped out. They did this inner work. They spent time with themselves. And I think it kind of is what brought us to what is occurring right now. And that's why we see this shifting, or what people are saying, people are waking up. Things are different. You're finding something. This is enlightenment. With the number 6, and I'm trying to do my best to explain this to you without making it confusing. This means your perceptions are changing. What does that mean? That means you're conditioning. You're walking away from the labels. You've spent time working on yourself. You've really asked yourself what you believe in, what you want, what you believe to be true. And that's been years in the making. Like I said, COVID did kick everybody into something a little bit deeper. And my ears are ringing like crazy right now. It's 4:44 on my clock. It is just insane. Judgment means that you've been unwinding that ball and finding yourself. It's a big deal card. It is a major breakthrough. We have the 8, which is all tied to enlightenment. This place where you're going to get heavy downloads. You're being pulled to something different. There's shifting happening. The 8 stars represent people that have crossed over, ancestors. It doesn't matter. They're with you. Maybe a real special loved one is walking with you right now. That's the Star card. And they are on the other side to help you, to support you. They know you came here to do something big. But what makes this so important, and then the 1111 is in there too, is that 6 is a very heavy number around that place where you have this major breakthrough. I look at enlightenment, leveling up, finding yourself, whatever you want to call it, like a clock. And 1 through 6 o'clock is where you kind of travel around, you learn your lessons, you grow as a person. And when you make it to that 6 o'clock spot, that's like the dawn where you're going to hit the breakthrough. And maybe it means right now you've been going through a really heavy time, but that's going to end. You've done the work, you've faced your fears, you've changed, you've grown. That's what these cards are. Now, when I say a clock, 1 o'clock is like new beginnings. Most people stay right between 2 and 4 o'clock. That's the comfort zone. Most people just get comfortable in their lives. They live it. They kind of do the same things over and over. They do what they think is right, what they've been told is right. And they never really challenge themselves. They don't really look outside of the box. That's where most people hang out at. 5 is where the big changes start to happen. 4 is where you start reaching for more. I could go into this way into detail, but I'm not going to bore you to tears. 5s always mark that change. Changes are happening. Maybe you're facing fears, you're leaving things. It's just a heavy time. 5s always mark change. And it is right before that dawn, that 6, where you dive in. And I'm telling you, there's a major breakthrough in here. And I say breakthrough, but it's about enlightenment. It's about reaching something bigger, seeing the bigger picture. And without going all esoteric here, it's happening. And that's what is occurring. And that's why they've told us 2023 was going to be such a big deal. It's this universal number 7 year. What you think about, you're going to pull in, but you're in a very powerful position. And I'm telling you, this is just, it's phenomenal. And I know if this resonates with you, you know how much you've already changed. It's just powerful. I mean, I am blown away by these cards and what is actually occurring for all of us. Many people are going through this and it's massive. It's a massive shift. And like I said, even if you don't like the word enlightenment, that doesn't resonate with you. It just means you found yourself. You get it. You see it. You know it. You're a leader. You're not a follower anymore. You came here to do your thing. You have a big purpose here, my friend. That's why the Star card is out. On a smaller note, if this doesn't resonate with you, because I know it's a lot to process, it does show you being pulled to some new purpose. This is on a smaller note, earning a reputation. It can be a spotlight moment. Fame is in your future. It's just a really nice card. You're going to start getting a lot of downloads where you just know stuff. Dreams are vivid. You have just these bursts of clarity, these aha moments where you just understand things. It's like your eyes are changing. Everything's changing. You see the world differently than you ever have before. You're on the outside now, kind of looking at it instead of being wrapped up in it. It's a place where you overcome your ego with the 6. That's maybe the biggest part of this 6. It's just a big deal. And I know many of you have been going through it because when this comes out like this, and like I said, I don't see stuff like this in my tarot readings. It means you've been going through it. A lot of times it just marks these heavy events, these life lessons, this hardship, trauma, all of these things that you've been going through. And it's bringing you to this. It was time for it. It's just fabulous. I was going to tell you as I kind of got sidetracked, the Star card around the week is just a good card. It is a major card. The energy will be with you, not just for the week. So if none of this resonates with you, just know you're leveling up. You're being divinely guided towards something, and there's a lot coming in. Spend time on your chakras. Very important to keep yourself grounded. Go to YouTube, find a frequency that's like 5 or 10 minutes long. They're all over YouTube. And just sit in a chair and listen to it. Meditate, pray, spend time outside, go by the water, hang out with nature, hang out with animals. Anything that will just keep you in alignment, because if you feel like you're a little off, it's because your chakras are off, and it's easy to fix. The water on this card is very important. Water is very healing. The mountains are very important. Just really showing you ways to keep yourself grounded and connected. Just it's a breakthrough. I mean, the divine is all around you with this reading. And you know, when I look at these cards, it doesn't mean that everything is going to happen this week. It may take a little bit more time, but it is happening. It reminds me of the Kundalini awakening. That's not, anything that I've ever practiced, but I do have friends that talk about it and what they go through. And that's what these cards feel like to me. Just this explosion where you just it's like your mind blows up in a way. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is what it is. And it's just a big deal. I'm emotional even talking about it. Probably that's not very professional, but I don't even know what else to say because it's that big. And I'm looking at the numbers here, and I'll get into the other stuff, just the light stuff. Here's the 1111, which I bet you've been seeing once. You've been seeing this. It's marking this breakthrough. 11 is a very important number, a milestone. They are telling you you're moving past that 6 o'clock. And everything to me, because I keep talking about a clock, everything after 6 o'clock is like different levels of enlightenment. That's just how I personally see it. But once you cross over, I think once you make it to 5, you're going to 6. And some people kind of get into the 5s, and then it requires too much change, or they don't want to break a repeating pattern or leave a toxic relationship. They just keep repeating the same things, and they'll run away from the 5 and go back up to the 3 and 4 where it was comfortable before. That's what I mean. Most people just stay in their comfort zone and they never walk out of it. It was time for you. This was meant to happen now. 1111, a breakthrough, a beautiful number, a milestone, but this is a bigger milestone. On a light note, it can mean you're going to have parties, you're planning a special party, you're going to see some people you haven't in a while. It's about starting a new journey. It's about new relationships, engagements, marriages, all nice things with 1111. But definitely the biggest message, just on a lighter note, is that you are reaching a milestone. The 1111 on a bigger spiritual note means here it is, here's this breakthrough. It can also signify you're going to start pulling in a lot more people that you vibrate with. This wraps around with twin flame connections. Not that we all have a twin flame, because we don't. And a twin flame doesn't have to be romantic like what a lot of people think. It can be a friend, a family member, it can be anyone. Maybe you're going to reunite with that person now, or you're going to pull that person in. And we certainly all don't have a twin flame, and maybe you don't even believe in that. But what I'm telling you is you're going to start to pull in your soul tribe, people that you vibrate with. Things are shifting, they are changing. You're walking over something and into something big. I say big so much, I need to come up with a better word. It is bigger than the word big, I should say. Now let's dive into this 10. I do need to talk about that 6 a little bit more. Now this 10 of Pentacles, and 10s have been all over the month of March. I've been watching them because 10 is a big number. It means things are occurring right now. What you've been praying for, manifesting, goal setting around. 10 is a very divine number. 1111 is, every number holds something, but there are certain numbers around enlightenment, or where this big shift is going to happen. And That's where you'll see 1111, you see tens, you see the number 8, you'll see 5s and 6s. It's just phenomenal. Now, on a smaller note, because this 10 of Pentacles is not the first time it's come out this month, can indicate money, new business opportunities, love if you're single, if you're in a committed relationship, growth around your finances, new opportunities to make more money, a big deal money card. It's a very happy card. It shows peace, comfort, you being in a position where you'll be able to help out your family and the people that you love. Pentacles move a little bit slower, and they've been throwing out these pentacles, constantly showing growth, 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 these marks in growth around your finances, opportunities, promotions, business ideas. There's all these big things that are going to happen. Trust that it is happening. Things are growing. You are moving forward. A nice card. Around the week, if you're single, I can't even believe I'm going to tell you this again. This is about new love coming in. Get yourself out there. A positive card around everything with finances, growth around that. For couples, you're just going to make more money. You're a beautiful team together. Everything is working in your favor with the 10 of Pentacles. But I'm more interested in the number 10, which is just solid completion. You've walked away from the 9 and you are in it. You are in that beautiful space. Now, I'm going to go back to the 6 for a second, because around the week it represents giving and receiving. Maybe you're going to take a trip. You're going to go help out an elder in your family. Someone may appear back in your energy, an old flame, a friend, someone that you kind of had a falling out with. And they just want to come to peace with it and make terms, be on good terms with you, I should say. It's a really nice card. And right now, if you are missing someone, call them, go visit a place you're missing, take a day trip, call people up in your life that you haven't seen, and just tell them that you love them. Whenever your heart is pulling you towards something, you're thinking about someone, you're thinking about a place, but they're happy thoughts. That's always your intuition, your higher self kind of nudging you to reach out, to go visit something, to call someone. This 6 shows you going over memories and why that's so important. And you got the Judgment card in here. Things make sense to you. You're looking at your life and you're looking at the lessons you've been through, the painful things in your life, the things that hurt you, and they make sense. You're like, okay, I get it. That happened for this reason. That maybe occurred to get me to this place. I'm not minimizing pain on any level, but on an enlightenment message, that's what this means. And you're really coming to peace with all of that. You understand things differently. That's why the Judgment card is so important. This 3 of Swords, right now, around the week, I know it's so crazy. I'm telling you, I don't even know how to put this all together. This can mean there's jealousy, there's interference, you're working through something painful. The anniversary of something very traumatic or painful is here or near. It's a card that shows pain, working through something, sadness. So maybe you are, or you have someone in your energy that's jealous of you, or you're having a hard time with maybe a loss that you went through, some type of a separation, family problems, friendship problems, or you're still kind of dealing with things from your past, pain from your past. That is the 3 of Swords. It does show everything's being released. You're getting clarity out of this. It is a painful card, but what makes this even more important is that we had a full moon this week. I know I'm diving into esoteric land all over the place. And I know that this moons are very special to me, meant that there were going to be some karmic endings for many. That's what was around this moon. And when I saw this 8 on the star card, because it's always tied to eights for me. I see the infinity sign. I know what it looks like. It means you've graduated. You learned your lessons. There's that breakthrough. This full moon definitely released that. You've worked off the debt. It's done. You've learned the lessons. So if that resonates for you, I know it's a lot to chew up. I'm going all over the place, but it's just big, and big things are happening for you, to you. Doors are closing, new doors are opening, and it's just a big breakthrough. Just light is coming in all over the place. Your intuition is very strong right now. Trust it. The Queen of Wands is an old, wise soul. Trust your gut. Just feel your way through things. It's going to guide you right now. It really shows you leveling up. She is a leader. You're taking over. You're grabbing your seat. The things that used to take you down just aren't going to take you down anymore. It can also mean that there's a woman in your energy that's very supportive. On a lighter note, it just represents someone that you can go to for advice. She believes in you. It's just a really nice lady to have in your life. For you, it's your intuition. It can also just represent that you're feeling, very tapped into your sensual side right now, and that is fine. I'm looking at all these cards, and before I end this video, I want to make sure that I brought everything through to you in a way that you can understand. I know I bounced all over the place, and I tried to talk really slow and grab everything that needs to come through. I know this is a weekly reading. That's how they decided to put it out for us. So it's been really hard this year to grab onto these readings and really stick to the week or the month, because there's just something so much bigger that's occurring, and it's just been coming through in every reading. Just trust things right now. You're moving into something different. Be very proud of the work that you've done on yourself. You've been true to yourself. We wouldn't see these cards. You've just went against the grain. Maybe people have thought you were crazy, or they've been disappointed in you, and you did it anyway. You've been honoring your own light, and that's how you've gotten here. Probably going to see 11s all over the place. You're going to see number 8s. I think if you see those number 8s, really know that you're receiving messages. You're going to get dreams. It's called downloads. I don't like that word, but it's very tied to enlightenment. Also, a reminder, when you see an 8, ground yourself, go outside, put yourself in alignment, meditate. I hear so many people say, I don't even know how to meditate. There is no right or wrong way to meditate. Sit in a chair and close your eyes for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be all hard and everything. Just listen. Sit in a chair and just simply sit there and listen to the sounds that you hear. Bring your awareness to where you're at and just listen. That's meditation. It'll get stronger. You'll see more come through when you do that. Just give yourself that time, because you're going to need to keep yourself grounded right now. We've been getting the World card out over and over, that big deal major arcana card. The Wheel of Fortune card's been coming out. And yes, they mean a major accomplishment, a windfall. But there's something so much deeper with those cards. They mark change and transitions, and you coming into your destiny, your fate. You crossing over, you just being you and coming into this new sense of self. This self, you love yourself now. I know that sounds so cliche, but you love yourself. You honor yourself. Whatever way it resonates for you, just know you are achieving something massive. You've done the work. Be so proud of yourself. Just let things come through. You're probably going to see the number 10 as well. 3 maybe around painful stuff that you're thinking about. 6s, 10s, 8s. They're all there. Trust what's happening for you. If you see a door open, if an opportunity comes to you, thoughts that come to you, things that you think about doing that you've always wanted to do, that's your intuition. Go after it. Open up these new doors. And whenever you have a question, you're just like, what is my next step? Because I hear that a lot from clients. Clients will tell me, I don't even know what my purpose is. I don't know what my next step is. Simply ask. All you have to do is ask. Just say, I need some guidance. Show me my next step. Trust yourself. People are just too hard on themselves, and that's how they spin in the mud. Your greatness is that you're here. The whole goal, in my opinion, of just what we learn and everything we go through is so that you find yourself in all of it. And that's just kind of walking away from the conditioning, walking away from what everyone's told you is right and what's wrong, and just finding yourself in all of that. That is enlightenment. And it takes a lot of courage to go against the grain and be the person on the outside, the person who gets treated different for who they are, the person that gets side eye all the time. You've been willing to do that, and you've done it, or we wouldn't see these cards. Be proud of yourself, trust yourself. Big things are coming for you. Just allow it to unfold, and it will. It's going to be a beautiful week, everyone.